Hello everyone and welcome back. Today, I'll be going over my second expansion idea for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and this one's a huge step forward for the series. We're venturing beyond the time of dinosaurs and into the frozen realm of the Ice Age. This is the Cenozoic expansion. In this alternate timeline, the Indominus Rex never escaped and Mount Sibo never erupted, allowing Jurassic World to grow and prosper far beyond its original limits. But with the park thriving and guests wanting new experiences, the board of directors turned to an entirely new era of prehistoric life. You've been tasked with leading this project, establishing a high-tech research base deep within the frozen wilderness of Siberia. There, your first objective is to recover and extract preserved DNA from the remains of the woolly mammoth, in hopes of bringing the first extinct mammal back to life. Once you succeed, the project expands to a brand new location, the Alaskan Steppes, a vast, open tundra where you'll build and manage the world's first Cenozoic-themed park. Here, you'll house creatures that once ruled the Earth long after the dinosaurs vanished. To fill your park, you'll travel the world in search of fossils and mummified remains buried in permafrost. These mummified specimens provide higher genome percentages than fossils but come with a dangerous risk: ancient viruses preserved for millennia can awaken, spreading through your animals and staff. And to make matters worse, poachers will attempt to infiltrate your park to capture and sell these valuable creatures, forcing you to upgrade your defenses and stay on constant alert. Now, let's talk about the stars of the expansion, the species you'll be bringing back from extinction. First up, we have the woolly mammoth. Closely related to the modern Asian elephant, this Ice Age icon is instantly recognizable for its thick, shaggy coat, long curved tusks, and incredible intelligence. Mammoths live in large family groups led by a matriarch who guides the herd across the frozen plains. They're social, gentle, and full of personality. You might even catch them sneaking food through fences when they think no one's watching. Guests will adore watching these giants play, trumpet, and interact within their snowy enclosures. Next is the Smilodon, better known as the saber-toothed tiger. This powerful predator is one of the most famous prehistoric mammals, known for its muscular build and enormous 7-inch-long canines used to deliver lethal bites to large prey like bison and young mammoths. Smilodons are social animals, often resting or grooming each other during the day, but when feeding time comes, their aggressive instincts take over. They can climb, jump, and scale low fences, so keeping them contained will take skill and caution. Watching a pride of Smilodons bring down a carcass will quickly become one of the park's most thrilling attractions. Then we have the Megatherium, the giant ground sloth. Unlike its modern relatives, this enormous herbivore could grow up to 4 tons, standing tall enough to rival elephants in size. Megatherium uses its long claws to pull down branches and strip trees of their leaves, but those same claws can be devastating weapons when the animal feels threatened. They're typically calm and slow-moving, but highly territorial. Megatherium can even dig shallow burrows for resting, so make sure their enclosures are reinforced or you might end up with one wandering through your park. Doedicurus looks like something straight out of the Mesozoic, but this massive, armored mammal is actually a prehistoric armadillo. It's covered in a domed shell and wields a heavy, spiked-tail club that it uses for both defense and dominance battles. Doedicurus is usually peaceful, grazing alongside others of its kind, but guests often gather in excitement when 2 males begin clashing tails to establish hierarchy. These animals add both spectacle and charm to your park's ecosystem. The prehistoric horse Equus scotti adds a touch of realism and beauty to your tundra enclosures. Living in herds led by a dominant stallion, these horses display naturalistic social behaviors. Males protect their harems of females and will engage in brutal battles with rivals. During the mating season, these fights can become intense, forcing you to step in before serious injuries occur. Equus scotti can coexist with certain herbivores, like mammoths and rhinos, but tensions may rise if multiple males share the same space. Now for one of the most terrifying additions, Kelencan, the massive terror bird. Standing nearly 3 meters tall, this flightless predator stalks its exhibit with deadly precision. It uses its huge beak to grab smaller prey, shake them violently, and swallow them whole. When food is scarce, Kelencan will scavenge carcasses left by other carnivores, making it a highly opportunistic species. Guests will be fascinated, and a little frightened, by this living embodiment of prehistoric dominance. On the opposite end of the spectrum is Gastornis, another giant bird but a herbivore. Despite its fearsome appearance, Gastornis fed mainly on fruits, nuts, and plants. It's one of the earliest examples of large birds that appeared soon after the dinosaurs' extinction, showing how quickly nature adapted and evolved. Gastornis prefers peaceful, lush enclosures and pairs nicely with smaller herbivores, making it perfect for educational exhibits about early avian evolution. From land to sea, the Basilosaurus marks the first aquatic addition in this expansion. Though its name means king lizard, this animal was actually one of the earliest whales, long, serpentine, and built for speed. In the wild, it was the apex predator of its ecosystem, feeding on smaller marine mammals like Dorudon. In your park, Basilosaurus can live in pods, performing social swimming behaviors that bring life and motion to your lagoons. Its elegant movements and sheer size will make it one of the expansion's biggest crowd pullers. Taking to the skies, we have Argentavis, the largest flying bird ever discovered. With a wingspan of around 7 meters, this scavenger soars through your aviaries with unmatched grace. It introduces a new intimidation behavior, where carnivores can assert dominance over carcasses, driving others away from food sources. Guests will be amazed as these giants glide overhead, representing the peak of avian evolution during the Cenozoic. Next is the woolly rhinoceros, another staple of the Ice Age world. This massive grazer lived alongside mammoths on the cold steppes, using its thick fur to withstand freezing temperatures. Its horns served multiple purposes, fighting off predators, competing for mates, and digging through snow to reach buried grass. Male woolly rhinos are territorial and will often clash during the rutting season, creating dramatic duels that thrill guests watching from behind safe barriers. Finally, we have Megaloceros, also known as the Irish elk. This majestic deer is famous for its enormous antlers, which could span up to 12 feet across. Males use them to attract females and challenge rivals during breeding season, locking antlers in impressive displays of strength. These antlers are highly valued, and any that are shed naturally will be collected by park staff and donated to museums for research and preservation. Alongside these incredible species, the expansion adds several new features to enhance gameplay. The cow and deer feeder replaces the standard goat feeder, providing a longer-lasting and more realistic feeding experience for carnivores. Mate competition introduces natural breeding behaviors, while dynamic herding systems allow animals to form family groups led by matriarchs or patriarchs. Herds now respond to leadership changes, defend offspring, and interact more naturally than ever before. The new intimidation mechanic adds depth to predator interactions, creating more lifelike ecosystems where animals compete for dominance and resources. To complete the experience, a selection of Ice Age-themed decorations and buildings have been added. These include bubbling tar pits, walkable caves decorated with ancient paintings, frozen rock formations, and snow-covered visitor centers that immerse guests in the icy wilderness. The Cenozoic expansion brings an entirely new chapter to Jurassic World Evolution 3, pushing the boundaries of what can be achieved with de-extinction science. From the tundras of Siberia to the windswept Alaskan plains, you'll lead the charge into a new age of discovery, where the world's most legendary mammals rise again. From mammoths and saber-toothed tigers to terror birds and ancient whales, this expansion proves that evolution didn't end with the dinosaurs, it just got colder.